Faith, a profound word that holds the power to move mountains. Faith is not just a word, but a lifeline, an anchor in the storm, a beacon in the night. It is an unseen force that propels us forward, even when the road ahead seems daunting. Let's take a moment to delve into the heart of faith. The Bible, in Hebrews 11:1, beautifully encapsulates the essence of it when it says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen." It is a powerful testament to the human spirit's capacity to believe, to hope, and to endure, all rooted in faith. But what does faith look like in our daily lives? Well, it's like this story of a woman named Grace. Grace was faced with an insurmountable problem. Her world was shattering around her, and she could not see a way out. But instead of giving up, she chose faith. She chose to believe in the promise of a better tomorrow, in the assurance of things not seen. Every day, she woke up and made a conscious decision to hold on to hope, to hold on to faith. And what happened? Over time, Grace began to see changes. Not all at once, but gradually. Her situation didn't magically transform overnight, but her perspective did. She began to see the silver linings, the small blessings that she had overlooked in her despair. She found strength she didn't know she had, resilience she didn't know she possessed. All because she chose faith. This is the power of faith. It doesn't promise an easy journey, but it does assure us that we are not alone on the path. It gives us the courage to face our fears, the strength to overcome our challenges, and the hope to keep moving forward, even when the odds are stacked against us. Faith is unseen, yet it is palpable. It is intangible, yet it is powerful. It is personal, yet it is universal. It is a testament to the human spirit's indomitable will to persevere and triumph over adversity. A testament to the power of faith, unseen yet unwavering. Today, I share with you a personal journey, a testament of faith. This is not just a story of triumph over trials, but it's also a recognition of the profound strength that faith can provide when we need it the most. There was a time in my life when I was faced with a mountain that seemed insurmountable. A challenge so great, it consumed my every thought and every waking moment. It felt as though I was standing at the bottom of a steep cliff, looking up with no idea how to start climbing. It was during this time that I turned to my faith, not just as a comfort, but as a source of strength and guidance. I remembered a verse from the Bible that we had referenced in the previous scene, one that had always resonated with me. It was from the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." I clung to this verse like a lifeline. I read it over and over, letting the words seep into my heart until they became a part of my very being. I began to understand that this trial was not a punishment, but an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to deepen my faith and to truly understand the power it held. As I began to view my trial through this lens, something remarkable happened. The mountain didn't seem quite as steep anymore. I found the strength to take that first step, and then the next, and the next. I was no longer focused on the enormity of the task ahead, but instead I was fueled by the faith that each step was bringing me closer to the top. There were times when I stumbled, when I doubted, when I wanted to give up, but each time I returned to my faith. I returned to that verse, and each time I found the strength to keep going. And then one day, I reached the top. I looked back at the journey I had undertaken, at the mountain I had climbed, and I was filled with an overwhelming sense of gratitude, not just for the triumph, but for the trial. For it was through this trial that I had discovered a deeper, more profound understanding of my faith. Faith had given me the strength to endure, to persevere, to triumph. It had been my companion through the darkest of times, and my beacon in the storm. It had not just seen me through my trial, but it had transformed me in the process. In the face of adversity, it wasn't strength or wisdom, but faith that became my beacon. And so I share this story with you, not as a tale of triumph, but as a testament to the transformative power of faith. Faith, like a mirror, reflects who we truly are. It serves as a revealing lens into our hearts and souls, illuminating the depths of our character. It's a profound force, one that can shape and mold our lives in ways we might not even fully comprehend. Let's take a moment to reflect on the role faith has played in our journeys. How has it influenced our decisions, our relationships, our dreams? How has it shaped our understanding of ourselves and the world around us? These are not easy questions, but they're worth exploring. Faith is transformative. It's not static or stagnant, but rather it evolves and grows with us. It's the belief in the unseen, the conviction in what we can't touch or see. It's the courage to step into the unknown, to face adversity head-on without knowing what the outcome might be. And it's this transformative power of faith that can lead to radical changes in our lives. Perhaps you've experienced this transformation firsthand. Maybe faith has given you strength in times of trouble or hope in moments of despair. Or maybe it's guided you to new opportunities, to paths you never imagined walking. But faith is not just about weathering storms or opening doors. No, it's much more than that. It's about the small, everyday moments, too. It's about the peace we feel when we surrender our worries, the joy we experience when we embrace gratitude, and the love we share when we extend compassion. Faith is a deeply personal journey, one that's unique to each and every one of us. It's an exploration of our innermost thoughts and feelings, a quest for understanding and meaning. It's a journey that requires courage, resilience, and perseverance. But above all, it requires a willingness to believe, to hope, and to love. So as we continue on our journeys, let's remember the power of faith. Let's remember its transformative potential, its capacity to shape and mold our lives. And let's remember that faith isn't just about believing in something. It's about believing in something so fiercely that it becomes a part of who you are. Faith isn't just for the big moments, it's for the everyday moments too. As we journey through life, we often perceive faith as a tool we implement during the storms, the trials, and the tribulations. We associate faith with the monumental moments when our resolve is tested and our strength is pushed to its limits. But faith, my friends, is not confined to these grandiose instances. It lives and breathes in the ordinary, in the everyday moments that make up the fabric of our lives. Consider the morning cup of coffee that kickstarts your day. The aroma fills the room, the warmth seeps into your hands, and the taste, oh the taste, it brings comfort. This is a routine, an everyday moment. But have you ever thought about the faith that is interwoven into this simple act? Faith that the coffee beans were harvested and processed correctly, faith in the water that was heated to the perfect temperature, and faith in the method that brought these elements together. Or think about the conversations you have with your loved ones. The laughter shared, the stories told, and the comfort in knowing that you're heard and understood. It's faith that allows us to open up, to express our thoughts, and to believe in the bond that ties us together. These moments may seem mundane, but they are steeped in faith. It's faith that turns the act of waking up each morning into a celebration of life. It's faith that transforms a simple meal into a communion of love. It's faith that turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. Faith is the silent partner in our lives, present in every decision we make, every step we take, and every breath we draw. It's the belief that the sun will rise, the seasons will change, and that goodness will prevail. It's the underlying confidence that even when things don't go as planned, we have the strength to persevere. So let's not confine faith to the grand moments. Let's acknowledge it in the everyday, in the simple, in the ordinary. Even in the mundane, faith finds its place, turning ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Faith, like a seed, requires nurturing to grow. This is more than just a metaphor. It's a deeply powerful truth that can guide our lives. Cultivating faith isn't a passive process. It's a conscious, deliberate effort to strengthen our relationship with the divine, and it can transform us in profound ways. Let's explore some practical ways to nurture and strengthen your faith. First and foremost, prayer is key. It's our direct line of communication with God, a chance to express gratitude, seek guidance, and find comfort. Think of prayer as a daily conversation, a space where you can be honest, open, and vulnerable. Next, immerse yourself in the Bible. It's not just a book, but a living guide filled with wisdom and lessons. Reading the Bible isn't about memorizing verses, but about understanding the messages, reflecting on their meaning, and applying them to your life. Equally important is the company you keep. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who lift you up, who encourage your faith. Positive influences can be a powerful source of strength and motivation. They can remind you of the beauty of faith, especially during challenging times. Finally, serve others. There's a unique fulfillment that comes from extending kindness and compassion, from making a positive difference in someone's life. It's a beautiful expression of faith that not only benefits others, but also enriches your own spiritual journey. Faith is like a garden. It needs sunlight and water, care and attention. It needs to be tended, pruned, and nurtured. And just like a garden, faith can bloom into something truly beautiful, offering peace, comfort, and strength. Remember, faith is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a path that we walk, a path that shapes us, challenges us, and ultimately transforms us. It's an ongoing process, a lifelong journey of growth, discovery, and transformation. Cultivate your faith and watch it grow, watch it transform your life. Faith doesn't just change you, it changes the world around you. So let's take a moment to contemplate on how faith truly impacts our lives. Imagine faith as a ripple in a pond. When you toss a pebble into the water, it doesn't just sink to the bottom, it sends out waves, affecting everything in its path. Similarly, faith sends out waves of change, touching every aspect of our lives. Consider relationships, for instance. The bonds we share with others are deeply influenced by faith. Faith invites us to love unconditionally, to forgive generously, and to serve selflessly. It's an invisible thread that ties hearts together, creating a sense of unity and understanding. In the book of Corinthians it is written, "And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." The impact of faith on decision-making is equally profound. It's like a compass, guiding us through the maze of life. When faced with crossroads, faith helps us choose the path that aligns with our values and convictions. It gives us the courage to say no to the things that don't serve our purpose, and the strength to say yes to opportunities that foster growth. Now let's think about our outlook on life. Faith is the lens through which we view our world. It turns obstacles into opportunities, failures into lessons, and uncertainty into trust. As stated in the book of Hebrews, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Faith, in essence, transforms our perception of reality. It encourages us to see the beauty in the mundane, the extraordinary in the ordinary, and the miracles in the everyday. It teaches us that every sunrise is a promise, every sunset a covenant, and every moment a gift to be cherished. When you walk in faith, you don't just walk alone, you walk with the promise of something greater. Remember, faith is not a solitary journey, but a shared pilgrimage, a collective dance of souls moving towards a higher calling. Faith is a promise of hope and love. A profound statement, isn't it? It's like a light in the darkness, a beacon guiding us through the stormy seas of life. And this promise isn't a mere human pledge that can be broken or forgotten. It's a divine assurance from God, as recorded in the Bible. The Bible, a timeless repository of wisdom, is filled with God's promises to those who hold fast to faith. It's a tapestry woven with verses of peace, strength, and the promise of eternal life. Let's delve a little deeper into these promises. Firstly, peace. In the book of John, chapter 14, verse 27, it says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." This is God's promise of a peace that surpasses all understanding, a calmness of spirit even amidst the storms of life. Secondly, strength. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31, it says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." This is God's promise of strength to those who place their hope and trust in Him. Last but not least, eternal life. In the book of John, chapter 3, verse 16, it says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have eternal life." This is God's promise of eternal life, an assurance of a life beyond this temporal world to those who believe in Him. These are just a few of the many promises that God has made to those who have faith. It's not a promise of a life without troubles, but a promise of peace amidst the troubles, strength to overcome them, and eternal life beyond them. With faith, we hold on to the promise of a love that never fails, a hope that never ends. Today, I invite you to embrace faith. Imagine a life where challenges are not obstacles but stepping stones leading you to your destiny. A life where every setback is just a setup for a comeback. A life where every trial is a testament to your resilience and strength. This, my friends, is the power of faith. Faith is not just about believing in something greater than ourselves. It's about seeing the unseen, feeling the unfelt, and achieving the unachievable. It's about acknowledging that even in our darkest moments, we are never alone. It's about recognizing that when we're at the end of our rope, there's a force that pulls us up and gives us the strength to keep going. Faith is the compass that guides us when we're lost, the light that illuminates our path when all seems dark. It's the courage to stand up when we're knocked down, the determination to keep going when we're ready to quit. It's the conviction that no matter how hard the journey gets, we have the strength to overcome. Faith is the belief in the impossible. It's the understanding that even when the odds are stacked against us, we have the power to rise above. It's the knowledge that even when we're faced with insurmountable obstacles, we have the capacity to transcend. Faith, my friends, is our greatest weapon in the face of adversity. It's our shield in the midst of the storm, our anchor in the choppy seas of life. It's the strength that propels us forward, the hope that keeps us going. So today, I invite you to embrace faith. Embrace the belief in the unseen, the conviction in the impossible, the knowledge of your own strength. Embrace the understanding that you are never alone, that you have the power to overcome, that you have the capacity to transcend. Embrace faith and watch as it not only transforms your life, but also the lives of those around you. Embrace faith and watch as it brings light into the darkest corners, hope in the face of despair, strength in the midst of weakness. Embrace faith and watch as it transforms not just your life, but also the lives of those around you. As we end today's discussion, remember this: faith in its many forms is more than just a belief. It's a powerful force that guides us, fuels us, and shapes our lives. We've journeyed through the power of faith, its promise, and its impact. We've seen how it triumphs over trials, how it reflects in our actions, and how it's cultivated and nurtured. Faith is not just for the monumental moments, but for the everyday. It's the quiet confidence that pushes us forward, the light that guides us in the darkest of nights. It's the unwavering belief in something greater, something beyond our comprehension. It's a commitment, a journey, an invitation to something truly profound. In the grand tapestry of life, let faith be your thread, weaving a story of hope, love, and triumph. It is our lifeline, our beacon, our compass. Always remember, faith is not just about believing, it's about living.